Is that playing her a relief? You were inching towards it with a couple of the episodes towards the end. Now that it's there, how does it kind of put you in a mindset to play her and the playing ground, really?
I think it's interesting because Liv was so fearful and she didn't want to tell anybody, or she didn't want for anybody to find out she was a zombie because she thought she might be abandoned or isolated. And in many ways her worst fear has been realised, and Peyton left and Major's obviously furious and betrayed. And so I think in many ways going into this season, if they choose to accept her and forgive her, they could potentially have a much closer relationship and more honest, obviously. But it also, it's pushed her away, and I hope she's not hardened by that. I hope she's able to stay vulnerable and open, and I think that's going to set up some really interesting relationship dynamics for her and the people who matter to her.
She's linked more, do you think, to Clive and to Ravi?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Clive is one of the only people now who doesn't know she's a zombie.
Exactly.
And he is, I just have so much fun with Malcolm with that stuff. I think he does it so well, he's so funny. And it's a big secret to be keeping. It's nice that with Ravi she's able to really relax. I feel like every time I have a scene with him where we talk about any of that stuff, it just is like an exhale. It's like she can just breathe out and be herself. But at the same time, I mean, it definitely lends itself to some pretty good comedy that Clive doesn't know, and to some really interesting conflict. I want to know more about Clive's personal life. That's what I'm really championing in season 2, is getting behind the curtain there.
Congrats on the award that you guys just won.
Thank you so much.
What does it mean for you a year later to have that impact on the fans?
Well, it is just incredibly flattering that we've only had one season out there and that we've kind of had this incredible exponential fan growth. And so that award we won, Best New Fandom at the MTV Fandom Awards. And for me, that's not for us at all. It's for them. It's for everybody who has supported this show and kept us alive. And we're really excited that season 2, I think that people are only going to find it more endearing and interesting.
So I gotta know, what is the brain made out of? What is
the brains are gelatin.
Okay.
They're like corn syrup, gelatin. Depends the different ways that I eat them. Sometimes they have to have additives, but either way it's disgusting, and it's a lot of spit bucket work.
So you're actually eating that stuff?
Yeah, a lot of the time I am. In season 1 I drink one as a milkshake. That's the worst. Other times I was like, oh, this is gross, it's fine, whatever. Drinking chocolate milk with like gelatin squished in, just chugging it for a scene over and over and over again. I really was ill. I was violently ill.
Can't they make it out of chocolate cake and throw some coloring on it? Or
can we get you on board?
Or are you going method?
Are you a cook? We'll take you. No, the thing is, to find a consistency that looks convincing and that tastes bearable, there's not very many options. So we're dealing with what we have, and hopefully they get Blaine eating a few more brains on camera this season.
So would there be that one time when you fool you and you have a professional chef come in and you're going to be like, oh my god, this is amazing. Then you're like, you're going to break this.
Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed sometimes she eats in just a texture that we don't have to see the brain bits sticking out. But at the same time, it's fun and it's interesting to watch. So I get it. I'm willing to bite the bullet, so to speak.
Between this show and Once Upon a Time, you've played a lot of characters that us Comic-Con geeks really love. So I'm curious, what kind of geek thing are you into? Are you a Star Wars person? Do you love zombies? What's your deal?
My biggest and most embarrassing confession, I haven't told any press this ever, is I haven't seen Star Wars. And being at this convention, I've never felt more like a fish out of water with that secret. Like, that's my I'm a zombie secret, is I haven't seen Star Wars and I'm at Comic-Con. So I've got to change that. Like, when I told Diane Ruggiero that, our writer, she said, like, this is going to really spoil the day because you can't go and do press, you have to go home and watch it. Like, no, you're done. So I think coming from the bush in New Zealand, I grew up at the beach, I definitely have missed a few of the kind of cult convention-friendly sort of shows and like the comic sort of shows and films, but I'm catching up. You know what I just watched for the first time last week is Ghostbusters. I hadn't seen Ghostbusters, so that's been really exciting, and it got me all fired up for the next one. So that's going to be
Can you talk a little bit about...
Guys, I'm sorry. We gotta wrap.
So sorry, guys. But
Thank you so much.
A personality?
I'm a musical, I play guitar and sing, and I get to do that this
Nice. You gotta get on
I'm going to. I'm not going to disappoint. Next Comic-Con we're going to have different conversations.
It'll all be about Star Wars
It'll
next
be,
year.
yeah.